Yeah, it's getting crazy out here, y'all. Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, look to find your way, man. Find your way, man. Look to find your way. Yeah, take a look around you, look to find your way, man. Look to find your way. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do. I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said, take a look around you, nigga. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. I said, take a look around you, nigga. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice, pay that. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure. This my kingdom, nigga. Stay back. We had a couple of moments. You had a choice, nigga, on it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga. I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth, and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music a means to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think what you had. Stop looking at trends. You wearing your eyes like it's topical. Now the pain is gone, the fame is on, and they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do. I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said, take a look around you, nigga. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. I said, take a look around you, nigga. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. New era, I got y'all. Real game, we pop off. No knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines when you find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do. I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said, take a look around you, nigga. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. I said, take a look around you, nigga. Find your way, man. Find your way, man. Find your way, man.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Who are you?
It's your boy Papa Swolio.
So much internalized fat phobia.
We're both going to die.
Damn yous all to hell.
Fat phobia.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Normuth.
The
sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 testicles, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 25 hundo and 83 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busted hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everesting K2, flexing on all you bees.
Yeah, it's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
What's going on, fam? Welcome to the show. Welcome to 2583. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up button, no matter where you're watching, Rumble and YouTube, at the Daily Swole, the best places to watch the stream. So check out those links in the show notes below. And of course, if you're ready to join the fam today, swolenormousx.com. We are fresh off an amazing roundtable yesterday. We had a roundtable event last night from 6 to 8, and it was fire. And if you didn't listen to it, go and check it out. One of the stories that we shared from Amelia, it will blow your fucking mind. It will blow your mind.
Wow.
Really deep. Really fucking deep. Insane. But it was a great time. So that's available now in Swole TV for members. Go and check it out, swolenormousx.com. And of course, at the end of today's episode, we are keeping the stream alive. We have an amazing overtime segment with the brand new DWG. Brand new driving while gaining today. So let's get right into it. Everyone, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on YouTube. It helps tremendously. Even if you're not officially a member, that's the same thing as like donating to the show, supporting the show. Hit the thumbs up button right now. It helps tremendously. If that's not the only thing that you do every day when you watch the show, trust me, please don't just assume everyone else is doing it. YouTube does not share the videos. YouTube does not notify people. It makes a massive difference. So I don't like to beg, but it's just respectful and it supports the show tremendously. So it takes 2 seconds, it costs nothing, and it takes next to no effort. Hit that thumbs up button right now. And let's get into today's episode. Super stoked. The Swole card is extra special today too. So that's another reason for you to be excited. Let's get into it and bust the nut wide open. What are you smashing today? Drop in the comments down below. Let's fucking go. Ow. Good morning, Dan, Cerny, Julian, Karen. What up? All right, it's a special card. I don't know what you're going to do for the hashtag. You may as well just do FEF, but if you're just listening, it's a FEF dick draft card because I wanted to do dick draft, but it's also FEF, so I put FEF in the middle of the dick, and we're still doing a dick draft. So use whatever hashtag you want. FEF, you can do hashtag FEF, you can do hashtag dick draft. You don't have to use them both in the same sentence, but use either one, it'll count. You can just a FEF draft. It's not, yeah, you know what I mean? It's a dick draft card. It's a dick draft card. So whatever you want to use, FEF counts, dick draft counts, whatever hashtags you want to use. If we land on you, it'll all count. So it's a great card. Very nice. All right, let's get into the tip today. We got a lot to get into, and we have overtime, so let's fucking go. Moisturize. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. Oh. All right, let's take our first Swole Fam post. We got 2 Swole Fam posts. I love this one from Julian. We'll get into that in a second. This one is from Smiling Christian. What we got here?
What's in the box?
Let's kick us off. Let's get us started with a smile and some awesome merch. Christian writes, who loves leg day? Me. Just crushed a serious leg pump, feeling the rush of endorphins after today's workout. Love working out outdoors. It is a different energy and burn. Whatever your goals, crush them with joy. Yes, joy. Be grateful for what you are capable of doing now. Be grateful for how that will serve you later and how hitting the gym today will make you stronger tomorrow. Stay consistent, honor yourself, crush your goals. Much love. This is a great post. A great girl. And of course, some amazing merch. Look at those gains. You got the nice workout space outside, got the awning. I love it. In fact, I just ordered 2 awnings for the outdoor gym. We're going to set that all up. So now I don't have to destroy my tits when I'm using the outdoor equipment. I'm excited. Beautiful, beautiful weather in Texas. I'm glad. And look at that Tess Hornaday merch. And of course, that amazing old school Swolenormous hat. I love it. Thanks for sharing, Christian. Good workout, good smiles, and be grateful today. Good for you. All right, we have this awesome post from Julian. And Julian says, what up, fam? I'm not in the habit of bragging or complaining, but I wanted to share my progress with y'all. Up until July of last year, I was in an 8 years toxic codependent relationship. I was what you would call a soy boy. I had no confidence, abysmal self-esteem, eating like crap, drinking way too much, weighed 210 pounds. My opinions and thoughts were pretty much my then girlfriend's. The moment I left her for good was the beginning of my swole life. I started to lift hard to train the pain away. Gym was my whole life for a couple of months. Then I started to see a long-haired, bearded swole podcaster on my YouTube feed. At first, I was off-put by his words. You don't need cheat meals. Stop being a biche. Fuck your feelings. Go to the fucking gym, etc. Then I started to really listen to understand how I could further improve my life. Now I weigh 170 pounds. I'm lean and the most muscular I've ever been. I got my diploma to work in healthcare. I'm more active. I don't play video games anymore. My nutrition is on point. I'm confident, alert. I welcome challenges. I'm stronger mentally and physically. And I got my yellow belt in Jeet Kune Do. All I have to say is thank you, Papa and the fam, for being a lighthouse in this fat, crazy world. Now stop whining and go to the fucking gym. Who is this guy? Who is this fucking bearded guy he's talking about? That guy sounds intelligent. Julian, this is awesome. Let's scroll down here. This is awesome, bro. Good for you. Super proud of you. So let's look at the left. Let's look at the left. Let's look at the before picture. Soy boy. Soy boy. And then let's scroll over. Boom. Dude, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't sucking in his gut. That's not the shadow. That's not the lighting. His face is leaner. Look at his waist. On the left looks pregnant. Massive difference. Massive difference. Look at his arms. Look at his biceps. You know what's even the most important? What's the most important in all this? Like, look at the shape of his shoulders. Look at his muscles. You know what I love about before and after pictures, especially in the Swole fam? Look at this face. I mean, just look at the eyes, right? Look at the face. Look at the eyes. I know the gut was there and the gut's gone, but just look at his face. Not happy, not proud, just like, it's like sad, just forlorn, for lack of a better term, right? You could just see it. You could just see it in the eyes, right? And then scroll over. Look at that. Just a fucking super fucking proud of himself, as he should be. Just the face itself means more to me than the rest of it, right? Right? It just means
the eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Yeah, I mean, just forget the gains. Let's just look at the face. Right? Just the confidence. It's fucking awesome. Grizzly says, see what happens when you leave a beta woman. Yeah, damn right. Good for you. Good for you, bro.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Mark says, at least you kept your beard, Julian. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Anne says, fat activists say before and after pictures are fat phobic. Good. Like, look, you can call it whatever you want. Fat phobia is not a thing. It's just a make-believe term to pretend like you're the victim. So if you want to label this something called fat phobia, fine. I call it awesome. I call it a change in someone's life. I call it getting your shit together. I call it crushing your 7 pillars. You can call it whatever you want. It is what it is. It's fucking awesome. So I don't care what label you give it. If you want to be a pussy, call it fat phobia. If you want to get after it, call it fucking awesome and give Julian a slap on his taint. Absolutely fantastic. Good for you, dude. Good for you.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
Burke himself, this is what carrots do for you.
Matt Damon.
I don't know what you're talking about. If you're new to the podcast, carrots can literally, every carrot on the planet can literally fuck off and die, and no one would notice. No one would notice. The world wouldn't change. The climate's not going to change. No animals are going to be missing. Oh my God, there's no carrots. We don't have this species anymore. No one cares, right? No one cares. This orange plastic. No one cares. Right? Just zero loss. No one's going to be like, oh my God, what am I going to do? No carrots. Life will go on. Everything will be fine. If anything, the sun will shine a little bit brighter. Okay. Fucking hate.
Emotional damage.
All right. Let's make emailswoleagain.com. If you like that knowledge cock, trust me, it gets thicker and veinier in your inbox. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com. Get on the email list and I will bang your inbox. You might hate looking at your email. You might have that number, that little notification badge. Get rid of that. Clear out your email. But you might not go to your email ever looking for anything important. You have to have your spam filters on. You're just getting lots of bills or random things like, hey, check out this discount. You don't care. Now you care. Now going to your email actually serves some purpose. So go to makeemailswoleagain.com, sign up for the email list, and I will bang your inbox every day with amazing knowledge cock. Trust me, it's worth it. If you're getting the emails and you enjoy the email list, drop in the comments below. We got a couple responses. We got a nice short and sweet response from Ryan, and make sure you do reply. Reply to the emails. We'll try to share a couple of them a day. From our Friday email, Ryan says, exactly the motivation I needed to start a new day. Goddamn right. Yow. Goddamn right. We also have one. Thanks for replying. We also have one in response to the Memorial Day message. Rihanna, our very own Rihanna. It does make you feel like something less, but also wanting to strive for more Memorial Day. My late mother dedicated her volunteer work to Patriot Guard Riders and another breakoff group. And I had a grandfather serve as a missionary in Japan during the Korean War, albeit not the traditional war veteran. I know many who served, including Mr. Rihanna's dad, a Vietnam War vet, and can't imagine being a wife, daughter, or the like for any fallen member, but I, like you, take it for granted. We all do time to time. That's why it's important to actively be grateful and think about it and reflect. Lately, I've been working on not taking life for granted as a civilian in America and focusing on the 7 pillars, especially community. That does include people who have served or loved someone fallen. Life is hard. You pay taxes, then you die. Thanks for the solemn reminder that we can still rock life and live life better than many that fought for our right to be like this. Indeed. Thank you for replying, Rihanna. And it's easy to... That's why you have to actively be grateful. That's why you have people that, let's say you write a morning journal or an evening journal, right? 3 things you're grateful for every day. You don't have to write it down in a diary. You don't have to journal like that. Some people like to write it down. I usually do that when I'm in the sauna or when I'm in the cold plunge or when I'm training, but it's important to come back to that whenever you can. Just be grateful and just remember that a lot of people throughout history didn't have life like this. No one did. No one has. And there are a lot of people today that are suffering. There are a lot of people every day that are suffering throughout history. And we are all fortunate. If you're watching this right now, you are more fortunate than the vast majority of people on the planet. You're watching a fucking podcast on your mobile device or computer or a TV. People didn't even have electricity like 150, 200 years ago. So we have an amazing ability to be productive, to pursue. How many people throughout history were actually able to pursue things that they enjoyed? They worked and they labored and they did things because of necessity. Now we're able to, I'm going to create a business because I feel like it. I'm interested in Star Wars. So let me create a business about fucking Star Wars, some made up story. And you're creating a business around it. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's not necessarily going to be easy, but you can pursue things. You can have hobbies. So even having a hobby is a luxury in many cases, and having free time and free play and being creative, whatever it is. So even if you're around, up, walking, training, this is why of the 7 pillars, another pillar could easily be gratitude. It could be, reflection. So that's important. And that's part of your mindfulness. So when it comes to the 7 pillars, make sure you take a moment, or whenever you're meditating, just think about how grateful and how amazing your life is and what you have access to, what you get to do. A lot of people, I'm not big on celebrating birthdays. I'm not big on, oh, it's my birthday, it's all about me. I don't have that gene. I don't have that like, hey, it's my party. Some people want to be, it's all about me. It's my birthday weekend, birthday month. It's cringe in my opinion. But at the same time, when I started thinking about birthdays from the concept of, oh, it's a birthday, I don't want to celebrate the birthday. However, how many people have not gotten the opportunity to celebrate the birthday, right? How many people laid down their lives in World War II and were 18, 19, 20 and would, their family, or like, come on, to live to be 30 or 40 or 50, fuck, they never got a chance to really live. So if you look at that, you have an opportunity. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to turn that next age, or to have that birthday, or to make it around the sun one more time. So even if you don't like to celebrate like me, it's almost like you celebrate it for everyone that never got the opportunity to. So it's like the gratitude for actually being able to do that, even though you don't want that kind of narcissistic, it's all about me, it's my day. I feel like that's weird, but if you come at it from the appreciation for making it around again, and for being there, and for all the people that never got the opportunity, you just be grateful that it's another day. And you can do that every day. You don't have to do that just because it's your birthday. You could do that because it's today. So let's get a nice America for all the species. And I'm going to start, I think we're going to start doing Memorial Day. We're taking over June again. Okay. Because you have Memorial Day at the end, right? You have like, oh, it's Pride Month, but Memorial Day and July 4th. Like, get the fuck out of here. We're taking June back. June is America month. June and July, we're taking both months. It's all summer swole, right? It's America season. So starting from Memorial Day all the way through, that's what we're going to do. From Memorial Day to my birthday. My birthday is August 7th. We're just going to take the next 2 fucking months. It's just America every day. Memorial month. It's America month. It's fucking Constitution. It's fucking freedom, baby. We're taking back 2 goddamn months. Fuck you. Right? We, the country gets a day here and there. We're going to do like everyone gets a fucking month now. You know what? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. You don't get a month. Fine. You know what? You're going to do a month for all this stupid bullshit, not just Pride, but other things. You're going to get a month for all that. Fine. We're taking 2, bitches. We're taking 2. Let's fucking go. We're taking 2. We're taking 2. Okay. If you're going to do, we're taking 2. June and July is for the fam. We're taking them both. America and sick fucking gain. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I am the danger.
All right. I'm fucking lit. I'm lit. I'm just fucking lit. Okay. Let's get a question. We got a call. We'll take some live questions. If you have a live question, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio in the comments. If you want to call into the show, askpapaswolio.com. Like I mentioned, we had a great roundtable last night. That's available in Swole TV. If you missed it, it was awesome. Amelia's story is mind-blowing, so you have to listen to it. You gotta listen to it. It's fucking crazy. This shit is real. Some real shit. Let's take a call, but if you have a live question, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Christian Doriano, dígame.
Hey, Papa, my question is about cooking steak on a grill. What are your thoughts about it? Is it as good as cooking it on a pan? All right, thanks.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, a well-cooked steak, I mean, I'm not saying well done. Oh, Jesus Christ, don't. The steak's already dead. Please don't kill it twice. If you have well-done steak, there's 2 things. If you hate watermelon, you like carrots, or you have a well-done steak, you should probably be thrown in prison. Life sentence. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. So if you cook it properly, I'm sure it's delicious. I actually, since I started cooking and really mastering and getting, hardcore into steak, I haven't used a grill. So I've cooked on grills on the past, but I wasn't, it was once in a while. I wasn't really good at it. This was like my primary source, and this is what I did. So I've mastered cooking in the cast iron, so I don't even cook on a grill. We have a griddle. We have one of those like Blackstone things outside. We just don't use it. And in terms of health approach, you just don't want to char your food. You just don't want to burn it to shit. You know, I prefer in the cast iron. It's awesome because you're able to saturate with the tallow and the grass-fed butter. It's fucking amazing. So that's how I cook it. So you're asking me, I don't know if you're asking me just like, how do I like it? Do I prefer it more or less? I just don't do it. So I haven't put the time into practicing and mastering that, and I have no desire to. But, you know, I prefer cast iron just because I feel like you're getting a juicier, more delicious steak, and you're able to keep the juices and the butter and the tallow. I like it. I prefer it, which is why I have no interest in going to the grill. But I think there are potentially some issues with, you know, overcooking and singeing. You don't want carcinogens. You don't want to be roasting the steak. You want like blackened. Sometimes it can taste shitty. You have to know what you're doing. So I'm sure you could do it well. Obviously, people make it. I'm sure if someone that's like a master griller and they made me a steak, it would taste fucking delicious. I just don't have the desire to because I make fucking epic steak. Anyone that comes over, it's always quiet. Dinner is always fucking quiet. When we're eating a steak, people just don't talk because it's so good. And everyone's just like, this is the best steak I ever fucking had in my life. So anyway, you could drop your thoughts in the comments. Cast iron for me, baby. Grizzly, you ever consider getting Jurassic Park soundboards from the original movie? Of course. No, never.
Dodson! Dodson! We've got Dodson here!
Let's see. Adam Edison, it is mad how far technology has evolved. A vast majority of other things too, but especially technology. If you had a question 30 years ago, you couldn't Google it back then. Yeah, I'm grateful that I grew up before a lot of the massive growth in technology. Because when I grew up, I had an encyclopedia. We had an entire encyclopedia set. If you didn't know something, you went and looked it up and hoped it was in there. It's so weird thinking I used to go to a book to look up something. Now you just type it in. You just talk to your phone. It's insane. People underestimate how ridiculous that is. Which makes this is why this is why the classic college setup is nonsense. If you're learning a trade, it's useful. But any type of management and all these different approaches when it comes to universities is archaic. They're dinosaurs. You're wasting your money. Because if you want information, all you do is just type it in. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time with a lot of these archaic methods of learning. You don't need to retain the same type of information. You have these external brains. And it's important to understand logic and and reasoning and the power of deduction and scientific method of testing and, you know, inter-rater reliability and variables. That's important. Ethics, logic, like that's very important. But when it comes to information, you just look it up now. You don't have to, let me just think about it. You don't have to retain it in your brain. You can use your brain for more creative processes if you want to know what 725,245.6 times. You just type it. You don't have to like, multiply that and put the 1 and carry the 1. And no, you just fucking type it in or tell your phone and you get the answer. Fine. You don't need all that extra bullshit. Let's see. Papa Swolio, DW, did you see Matt Walsh released a documentary, What is a Woman? None of the libtards can answer the simple question, even the doctors. Yeah, he released that last year. That's old. It's a year old. But there are a lot of people that they're not being sincere, they're lying. They know what a woman is. They do. They're just using this kind of bastardization of language in order to avoid answering the question. People know what a fucking woman is. It's a lie. It's literally just deconstructionist. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's whatever to get. It's because if you're answering a question and you're answering a question with logic, this is the method in which the left grabs power. It's authoritarian. It's controlling what you say. It's changing words. It's wielding power. And if you have this vagary for fundamental terms, if you could break the fundamental foundations, it's like any kind of seam or a fabric of reality and a fabric of culture. If you can rip the seam, then everything else unravels. If you can, again, it's 1984, the Orwell book is more applicable now because when he wrote it, there weren't telescreens. I mean, there's TVs now, there's cell phones. Cell phones are the telescreens. So it's more applicable now. It's actually more accurate now than it was then. And don't use that as a cliche. Oh, that's very Orwellian. Understand that this was actually, he wasn't just writing a fictional book. This is the playbook of the left. This is the playbook of Marxists and communists. This is literally what happens. This is the playbook. You know why he wrote the book so well? It's because that's what they do. It was written in what? In the 40s. I mean, this is why we fought wars. So it's not like, oh, it's coming true. People use it like it's a cliche. Oh, it's so Orwellian. Pay attention. This is history cycling through. Right? It doesn't repeat, it rhymes. Like it's a pretty good fucking rhyme. It's not a joke. Your frog's in a pot boiling. You're pretending like it's not real because it's easier to have cognitive dissonance and willful ignorance and just ignore it. Like, I don't want to address this because it's confrontation. It's going to be uncomfortable. So you just ignore it until it shows up on your doorstep and everyone's there with a fucking guillotine and rifles. And, I'm going to salute. I'll take a knee. People are going to wait until it shows up at your door and then you're fucked. So speak up. Anyway, forget what I was going on with that. But anyway, it's all about power. Because the reason why I brought that up is because if you can get someone to agree that 2 + 2 is 5, which is fundamentally incorrect, then you control them. So if you can break down like, oh, what's a woman? We don't know what a woman is. Oh, fuck you. We know exactly what a woman is. An adult human female. Shut up. So just say that and laugh at people. That's why I say relentlessly laugh at people. The left does not have a sense of humor. Notice how nothing is funny. They can't laugh at themselves, right? Notice how Saturday Night Live and all these captured organizations and groups, right? No stand-up kind. Nothing is about Biden, right? They don't make fun of him or they don't address that at all. They'll roast Trump for 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, whatever fucking years. And Biden is literally Weekend at Bernie's. He's a dead man. He's been dead for 10 fucking years. Completely incapacitated, hardcore dementia. And people act like, oh, have you noticed? We have a president that's suffering from dementia. Yeah, we knew this in 2020 and 2019. We knew this. But people just hated, the media made everyone hate Trump so much, irrationally so, because he said mean things that hurt my feelings on the interwebs. Even though the country was crushing and everyone was doing fantastic. Much better than now. Right? So, Orange Man bad, and then this is what we get. Oh my God, our president is suffering from dementia. You don't fucking say. You don't say. I wonder how the $2 billion of rioting damage, I wonder how that happened in 2020. Oh shit, the city's burning. Where'd that come from? Just smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave. Smile and wave.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Yeah, I saw that, Tyler. Tyler said, do you see Biden recently fell at a ceremony graduation? It's embarrassing. It's one thing to trip and stumble, but if any of you have stumbled and tripped, what do? You get up, you pop back up, or you catch yourself. He falls over and then he needs like 4 people to help him up. Like that's fucking pathetic. And it's scary. Aside from the fact that he's a criminal, like he shouldn't be in anywhere close to that kind of seat of power. Scary stuff. All right. Let's see here. Nick C. Which song gets in your mind like a virus and you just can't get rid of it? Oh, I don't know. It's never anything really good or important. It's always something terrible that sucks until it disappears. Let's see. Okay, we got the question. Thanks for asking. Let's see. Any other live questions? Let's keep going. Let's take a couple Instagram questions if you have any. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. And we'll continue the conversation. If you want to bring up some more topics, if you have any other questions live, drop in the comments. Remember, I'll put this up on the screen. Hashtag Fef or hashtag Dick Draft. Your choice. Drop that in the comments. We got a nice Fef draft card. We put Fef in the middle of that eggplant. So check that out. Rob J. Fox asks, what is your ultimate bicep exercise? Like most things, I don't have a favorite. I don't have an ultimate exercise. They're all good for different parts in the program or different applications. I love preacher curls. The ones that I do most frequently, I would say, preacher curls for the shortened position. I love my Strive bicep curl machine. I also use, I have a preacher curl or a preacher pad. I like dumbbells and I like barbell. Barbell preacher, barbell curls, fantastic, goated exercise, just classic. Barbell curls are epic. I always felt barbell curls probably the most of any bicep exercise, and a standard is incline curls. So those are really the three bicep exercises that I do, period. I don't do high cable curls. I don't use cable curls. I don't do anything fancy like that. I don't even really do standing dumbbell curls. I do incline curls. I do incline curls. For the full stretch, lengthened position, I'll do barbell curls and I'll do preacher. Those are the ones I do most frequently. I don't do anything with favorite. Well, it's my favorite exercise because I don't want to get psychologically locked into doing one thing. So I don't want to discern, this is my favorite exercise, but I'll do something that works. And let me tell you, the basics work. If you're giving yourself enough recovery and you're training those basics hard enough, you'll get stronger progressively. Okay, Rye_Ebby, Papa Soya, what are the best foods for cutting? Not the right question. There's no best food for cutting. That doesn't even make sense. It's a calorie maintenance or slight deficit, creating the deficit with proper nutrition, but eating the right foods, getting quality sleep, training hard. So I would focus on food quality first, and then, a lot of times, you're going to not overeat if you're getting nutrient satiety. Julian Pop, I know you are not too keen on standard deadlifts. I wouldn't say that. That's taken a little bit out of it depends on the context. I wouldn't say I'm not too keen. I did deadlifts for 10, 15 years. So that was like a staple. So I'm not anti-deadlift. I just don't do deadlift to the same extent now that I used to. What other exercise would you recommend to replace it? I also don't think there's any replacement for deadlifts. I just don't necessarily think that movement is optimal for a lot of people, or any kind of static or structured exercise like that everyone lifts from the same place. You need to adjust the deadlift to fit your body. Some people are not getting into this position optimally. You can use a hex bar as well to stay more upright. It should be more of a glute posterior chain exercise. It's not a quad exercise, not a lower back necessarily. It's a total body exercise. It's great for work capacity. I think a hex bar is a lot safer. I think people should be elevating, not necessarily doing a partial, but lifting off a couple blocks, like lift it 6 inches. And if a lot of people are, because they have poor mobility, right? In their knees and ankles and hips. So if you're modifying the deadlift slightly and bringing it maybe 4 to 6 inches off the ground, it can change your complete form and allow you to execute it properly, because deadlifts are great. But if you want to get that deeper range and deeper stretch, I recommend Jefferson curls, which will not be using the same type of load, which I think is even a better approach. If you want to get that spinal flexion and that stretch and that mobility in your hips and your hamstrings and your knees, I think it's much better to do something like Jefferson curls. And then when you're doing a heavier load with deadlifts, get in an optimal position to create the most load in a safest position. Raise the bar up a little bit, not necessarily a partial rep and you're doing rack pulls a couple inches. It's like deadlifting sumo. I just say lift off a couple blocks so you're in a flatter, more advantageous position. You don't have to do this arbitrary Olympic lift competition level. So when it comes to a competition for lifts, everyone needs to lift the same bar with the same height. So it's standardized across the board. But if you're trying to optimize for your body and you're not competing in a powerlifting competition, then who the fuck cares? You want to work the proper muscles with the proper form. And if you have short arms and longer legs, it's going to be very challenging for you to get proper deadlift form off the ground from the standard position. Just think of how varied people are. They're varied in mobility, they're varied in limb length, and they're varied in goals. So a lot of people amplify the risk and mitigate the reward just because they try to lift for Instagram or lift like everyone else does. If you start customizing the movements to fit your body, you'll get more results and you'll mitigate the risk. If you want to do mobility, then do mobility. Deadlifts are not, it's not a mobility exercise. It's going to expose if you have limited mobility. You know, that's my take on it. So I think people should be modifying deadlifts. You could do kettlebell swings. You can do a lot of exercises that will hit all these different muscles in different sequence. But being able to lift something off the ground is very important. I just think if you want to work mobility, do a focused Jefferson curl and maximize that. When you're doing deadlifts, overload, but make sure it's optimal for the pull. And I think for many people, lifting straight off the fucking ground is not optimal and not necessary and increases the risk and mitigates the reward. Those are some thoughts there. Usama Amjad, how to make my forearms bigger, Poppy? By working them. Great movements to strengthen your forearms and grip strength. Club work, those little hand grippers. You could do pinch. You could do a lot of forearm work when it comes to strength like that. Mace, club, farmer's walks, carries, shrugs, deadlifts are great. Dead hangs are fantastic. Doing wrist curls, pronated and supinated. Standard. Play around with volume, play around with reps, but always push yourself. And remember, if you are trying to prioritize any body part, train that earlier, train that on a separate day, prioritize it. If you're always just throwing in forearms a little bit at the end of your workouts, right? Let's say that's an area that you really want to focus on. And you're always just tossing it in at the end of a workout, kind of an afterthought when you're already fatigued, you're halfway out the gym, you just kind of do a couple. You're not going to get a lot of growth. So anytime you want to prioritize a movement or prioritize a body part, make sure it's a focus in your programming. Don't leave it as an afterthought. Daisuk 3, LOL. Papa Swolio, what exercises to do for gaining height, abs and burn thighs, ass and breast fats? I'm not even answering that question. Jesus Christ.
Matt Damon.
Holy shit. Gain height, abs, and burn thighs, ass, and breast fats. It's not that I don't care. It's not that I don't appreciate the language barrier. It's that was not even a coherent question, and it's not even worth answering. That's what I'm saying. Okay, no soy, Gus 1. Good. Fuck soy. Papa Swolio, I can't get over my ex. I'm going to the gym. What else should I do? Keep going to the gym. You can't get over your ex. Sure you can. Time solves everything. Just keep going. Keep your head down. Focus on you. Make sure everything is about you. Improve yourself. Learn, work, make money, make gains. Fuck bitches. Get money. Fuck bitches. Get money.
Great Scott!
Fuck bitches. Get money. Pop it like a sock. Pop it like a sock. Pop it like a sock. Okay. Orange Army 143. Papa Swole, I do home workouts. I don't have money to go to gym daily, 2 times better for gains, or do more workout. Oh, God damn it. I don't have money to go to gym daily, 2 times better for gains, or do. Look, I appreciate the question. Don't really understand exactly what you're trying to ask. You can make gains with home workouts, but bottom line, you need resistance. So you can do body weight exercise, but you're only going to build so much money doing body weight. You can do a lot of pull-ups. You can do more time under tension. Just lift hard, push yourself, try to add weight, use milk jugs, have your little sister hold on to your waist while you're doing pull-ups. You can figure out a lot of creative ways to build muscle. Plyometrics, sprints, you just need overload. Let's see. Ann1SHO4, Papa Swolio, push-pull legs workout for beginners. Any suggestions? Are you telling me or are you asking me? It's an option. So you could pretty much do any workout for beginners, but the problem is with beginners, you need to make sure you have proper form, proper nutrition, follow the 7 pillars. And as a beginner, you should be very careful about pushing yourself to absolute failure. If you want to build muscle, you should be training to failure, but you have to build up to that gradually and know how to do so appropriately. IG Hamad 72. Papa Swolio, which exercise is more efficient, lateral dumbbell raises or cable lateral raises? Everyone's different. You should be able to do both. A lot of people don't do cable lateral raises from the right height. They make the starting point too low. So you should raise it a little bit higher. Make sure like when your arm is straight down, you're coming from a horizontal aspect. That way you're getting a better strength profile. But I don't know anyone that's gotten absolutely fucking yoked from cable lateral raises without doing and mastering lateral dumbbell raises. I would just recommend that you do lateral dumbbell raises properly with slight forward lean, raising kind of 30 degrees or so to the front to really hit the middle deltoid. But cable lateral raises are a good option. Just need to make sure that you're doing it properly. You know, if an exercise, but some exercises work better for some people than others. You know, sometimes people just feel a certain exercise for whatever reason. Doesn't matter if there's, 6 peer-reviewed studies that show like muscular, electrical stimulation activation. This chart shows in this study with 30 college-age individuals, show that activation in the hamstrings was 14% higher with this exercise. Are you getting results? Are you crushing hard? Some movements just feel better for some people. And if you find one that's absolutely blowing you up, then fucking do that one, right? Don't worry about the studies or something you saw on TikTok, some fucking, guy who breaks down all these studies. In this article from 2007, so-and-so et al, studied the contrast between peak force. That's that kind of information. Those kinds of videos make me cringe. And it's not that it's not beneficial. It's not that science doesn't exist. It's not that, but man, stop fucking watching videos that, and I'm not talking about Hamad here, but stop obsessing over this, science and breaking down. Train harder, lift harder, push yourself to failure, be consistent, eat better. You're going to make gains. You can make gains with pretty much any exercise if you do it properly and you train hard enough and you're trained consistently enough and long enough. You have so many people that barely fucking lift, obsessing over these videos where people are, I don't know, trying to go through these weird fucking studies. And guess what happens in a lot of these studies? They study people that don't even fucking lift. So it's really hard to, sometimes you want experienced lifters because that's going to be a difference in the study, right? You're going to have neuromuscular coordination differences if you have someone that's experienced. Science is great. Exercise science is cool, but sometimes it's really useless. A lot of times it's useless. A lot of times people over obsess with, sometimes this is paralysis by analysis. So again, this information is valuable. I'm not saying it's not, but there are a lot of people out there that obsess over these science videos, these exercise science videos, and the details, and these people that break down these studies, comparing for specific exercise, or like how many reps to failure and how many of this. Like, fundamentally, you need to push yourself to failure. You need to be consistent. All the things that are going to get you the most results is not that. Those things can be beneficial, but a lot of people try to absorb all this information. They nerd out. They nerd out at the expense of actually making progress because they feel like they're doing more by getting really into it. And I know some people are interested. That's fine. We need people that are interested in different things. But you can get absolutely fucking yoked if that's your goal, or build muscle, without knowing any of that shit. But you have to apply, you have to test, you have to work things out. And then, of course, well, that's bro science. No, this doesn't mean it's wrong too. So I really don't like the term bro science because things work. Well, bro science, the bro split, and it's chest on Monday or this another day. And guess what? It fucking works. It works. It works. If you're training hard enough, you can't train a muscle part more than like once a week or so, or nor should you in most cases. If you're training a body part, a major muscle group, like I do chest 3 times a week, then you're not training hard enough. You don't need to train the same body part every couple days. You're not training hard enough if you can. So, but can some people, you can still make progress, right? If you're overloading the muscle and you're able to, and some people recover faster than others. So one split might not work for another person. It might work great for one person. And guess what that one person is going to say on the internet or online or whatever. This is the best split. This worked best for me. This is amazing. And then person B tries it and like, oh, I fucking hate it. I'm still sore. I don't do this. Maybe that person is just a hyper recovery. They repair faster, or they just physiologically feel fine doing that split. But then person B can't handle that. They need an additional 2 days. But then that person B is trying to fit that square peg into a round hole and it just doesn't work. And they, there's a lot of things that work, but you have to test these things. So just keep that in mind. Everyone's different, right? Some people have certain body parts that they never train and they look like they train them 10 times a day, right? Some people have calves that are just veiny and like, what the fuck is going on with you? How do you literally have like the most freakish body part, or triceps, or they just have a body part that is lunatic large for no fucking reason? So obviously their approach to training is going to be much different. And they're like, well, you only need to train your forearms or your calves once a week. It's like, yeah, because you naturally have completely developed body parts. So that's not necessarily the same for each person. Anyway, a lot of times when you hear like, well, a natural lifter should be training every 48 hours. Yeah, I think it's a lot of stuff is just stupid. It's like, well, actually, you need more fucking recovery because you're not taking anabolics. And if you're training hard enough for those body parts, you need to do less volume and you need more recovery. So a lot of people just overdo it and they copy some bodybuilder who's taking tons of growth hormone and testosterone. Like Arnold used to train. Well, Arnold trained chest and back 3 times a week. Yeah. And Dianabol is a fucking hell of a drug. Right? Just saying. Just saying. All right, let's get into some balls deep. You know what I'm saying, Bishop?
That's deep.
Okie dokie. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Grizzly, a lot of them don't even have the proper credentials. They just have fit in their name and have a certain body image. Yeah, but again, what's the credentials? Do the credentials matter? Yes and no. In more cases than not, no. So you're a personal trainer. Okay. So you have a degree. Okay. How many doctors were just following the mainstream fucking narrative, not following actual science at all the last 3 years? So they had MD, like, oh my God, they have credentials. Yeah. And they were pawns of the fucking state. So how many doctors know about nutrition? So having these credentials don't mean anything if you're not actually constantly learning and applying this information. Just because you have a couple letters after your name doesn't give you the authority just to speak on it. You have to still be correct, or at least be accurate or open-minded or have a dialogue, right? Okay, balls deep. Let's get into it. By the way, don't forget to check out the new merch. We have new drop, Fuck Your Feelings. Awesome design. Use code Daily Swole for 10% off. We also have Make America Swole, the statue of Swoleberty or Gainberty, right? Make America Swole. Let's do it. And of course, Swole Liberation, Swole Acceptance to match our Swole Privilege gear. Go and check it out. papaswolio.com. Use code Daily Swole for 10% off. Links in the show notes. Down below. Down below. Burke himself, I'm surprised to hear you want to raise the floor of the deadlift. Seems like you'd miss a big stretch of the glute. Wild. Not even close. That's not in the glute. You're going to get a stretch in your lower back. Hip mobility. When I say raise the floor, if you're raising 4 inches or something, you're actually going to get more activation if you need the alignment. If you don't have proper mobility, you're just going to be putting yourself at risk. And if you're trying to work the glutes, there are many exercises to target the glutes. You raise the deadlift a couple inches, you're still going to hit the glutes plenty. Plenty. You're doing Jefferson curls, doing other movements. If you have the proper mobility, you could do it off the floor. Most people don't. And most people put themselves at risk and they're not activating shit. All right, let's get into... It's just biomechanics and logic. So most people don't understand that there's individuality with exercise and you need to customize and tweak. The problem is most people don't know how to tweak those exercises and don't know the reason why they're doing the exercise the way they are. A lot of people do deadlifts and have no idea why they're actually doing them. Yeah, it's a movement. You're picking something up off the floor, but a lot of people go down these wrong paths and over obsess or use poor form. And this is why most people that train don't have any results. Because most people don't know what they're doing, why they're doing it, and they're not a student of their bodies, and they don't actually try, test, fail, repeat, tweak. They're not consistent enough to actually get a good test out of any kind of programming. They just do random shit, once in a while. Okay, let's see. We got a funny one let's get into this. All right, let's pick a number. These are disgusting. These are gross. That's fucking awful. We got a lot of pronoun and oh yeah, it's rainbow season. Nah, it's America season. Red, white, and swole, baby. All right, pick a number. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Here we go. We got overtime coming up, so we're not gonna do it. Probably not gonna get to too many, depending on how long they are. That's what she said. Actually, 1, 2, or 3. We're gonna skip this one. That's too long. 1, 2, or 3. We'll do these 3. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. All right. The first one that came through, positive charisma. We're taking a number 2. This one is, we got, it's titled Dylan Mulvaney. Yeah.
Dylan Mulvaney, the trans person who brought down Bud Light, has now come out as a lesbian.
So for this mathematical equation, D's will be represented by D because dudes come with D. He's a dude with a D who represents as a chick, but still has a D, so therefore chick over, but is now attracted to chicks who have V's because chicks only have V's. Now the problem is you can't add this equation together because the LCDs are not equal. D's and V's are not equal to one another. So to solve the equation, we take the dude with a D who thinks he's a chick with a D, and we invert it. We add V over chick. Now all we have to do is cancel out the chicks. Now, D's and V's are not equal to one another, but D's can go into V's. So now the equation becomes dude with a D equals D into V. And logically speaking, if D's go into V's, you get S. S equals straight.
I love it. Oh my God, that's awesome. Any questions? So I guess that's the latest attention grab because people are starting to, I mean, I guess that's, I don't care what's true and what's not. It's retarded already. So I don't know. I guess that's true or this dude is like, I'm a lesbian now. You're not a lesbian. You're straight. So in other words, if you're like, I'm trans, but I like chicks, you're straight. You're a man that's straight with a mental disorder. I mean, if that's like his latest play, that's even more pathetic and disgusting and weird. And that's fucking weird, bro. Okay. So Dylan's becoming more irrelevant, right? Crash the Bud Light brand. No one wants to touch this person, literally or figuratively, right? You know, the whole Bud Light situation, companies lost like 20, 30 fucking $1 billion. So obviously no one else is like, no, probably not getting any advertising. Probably not. I don't think you have people beating down his door for sponsorship ads. What do you think? Anyone else getting on the Dylan Mulvaney train? Probably not after the whole Bud Light. Now that Bud Light is a meme company, and when someone cancels you and tanks your business, it's called getting Bud Lighted. So hopefully that continues to happen with Target, North Face, Walmart. Just go shop local. Fuck all these companies. Only after attention. Only after attention. Okay, that was done. We have another joke one coming up. So, I mean, these are all jokes, but let's do 1 or 2. Number 1, number 2, because we have overtime too. Number 1 or number 2? What we got?
What's in the box?
Oh my God!
Sand! Sand! Sand!
Julian, because you had an awesome post. We'll give you Julian number schwam. Julian number schwam. This one is called Dating Preferences. Dating Preferences. Oh, so if you don't like chicks with dicks or you don't like fatties, you're probably phobic or something. I'm assuming it's going to be something like that. I'm calling it. It's titled Dating Preferences. So, you know, it's going to be dumb. Here we go. It's on the balls deep. It's going to be dumb or funny.
If you do not date fat people because you just happen to view fatness as neutral but not be particularly attracted to it,
what?
Fine. That's a preference. If you don't date fat people because you think being fat means that they are gross, lazy, live an unhealthy lifestyle.
All facts so far. All likely lazy. And if you're not living a healthy lifestyle, it's because you're lazy in many cases. And you just don't care about yourself. And you don't have morality and you don't understand what you're doing to your body and addictions. Just saying.
Or embarrassing to be seen with in public, that's fat phobic.
No, it's not. I don't want to be with someone that doesn't take care of themselves. That's not fat phobic. That's a preference too. I'm not attracted to morbidity. If you're obese, you're not exercising regularly and or properly, most likely both. You're not eating properly, obviously why you have chronic fat storage and inflammation. Fact. Show me a fat person that's really eating properly, and I'll show you a fucking fish on the land, a fish in the mountains or something like that. I couldn't think of anything fast enough. Straight up fact. Show me an obese carnivore that's lifting heavy weights. Not going to happen because you're not going to be fat anymore. For real. For real, though. For real, though. I'd be embarrassed to be with a fucking victim. A fucking pathetic person. That's what I would be embarrassed about and annoyed by.
But to insist your preference is for people who aren't lazy, sloppy, and disgusting and unhealthy.
Nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Meaning that means you prefer skinny people because
fit people. I'm going to pause it. I would pause it every time she said something stupid, but I want to play. I need to play a couple seconds in a row at least. Yeah, I'd rather be with a fit person, not skinny. I don't want a skinny person someone who lifts, someone takes care of themselves. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. Tell me you need some dick without telling me you need some dick. Why is your face so red? Did you walk up a flight of stairs?
All fat people are those other things. That's actually bigoted.
Cope.
That's actually deciding that one group is all the same because of how they look.
No, it's not. And I'll tell you why. Saying that all black people steal. Well, that's a stereotype. Okay? That's a stereotype. And let me explain. It's a stereotype, but also stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. Most crime is perpetrated by black people, especially in this country. Okay? So a stereotype is something, it doesn't mean that every black person steals. A lot of white people steal too. Asian people steal too. So, a lot of times stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. It doesn't make them true across the board. So we have to address that fact too. Just because something is a stereotype doesn't make it true across the board, but there's a reason why we have these themes for different cultures is because they are pervasive, regardless if it's accurate across the entire, whatever you're discussing. So yeah, is every fat person, some people are obese and they're taking care of themselves or in the process of losing. So, I get that. But if you're talking about, let's say black people, black people are mean. Well, that's not true. Some black people are mean. A lot aren't. Probably most, right? With anyone. So, if you're talking about obesity, that's different. That's different. Because if you're talking about obesity, you tell me. You tell me. Like I said, when you're talking about obesity, it's like a book. You can't judge a book by its cover, and I say no, but you can tell if it's 1,000 pages or not. So I can make much more accurate assumptions about how you live your life. Because if you did live your life focusing on your fitness and your health as a top priority, and let's clarify, focusing on your fitness and your health doesn't mean you're doing it right. Okay? So just because you go to the gym doesn't mean you're doing the right things in the gym. Usually it doesn't mean anything. So when I say go to the fucking gym, I'm not saying, I mean, you can go into the gym and just sit on your phone and go on a recumbent bike and do jack shit. So just because you might exercise doesn't mean you're doing it properly, because you're obviously not. You would get results. If you're doing it properly, you would get results. If you actually ate properly, you would get results. Just because you think you're eating healthy or you want to believe you're eating healthy or you tell yourself doesn't mean you are.
Hope that makes sense. Have a good day.
It makes sense, but literally if you have a double-digit IQ.
My name's Forrest Gump.
Okay. That's a lot of human. Let's do one more, and then we'll... this video says it's almost Pride Month, so we'll laugh afterwards. Let's do one more, and we'll laugh afterwards, right? Actually, let's do let's do the funny one first. What do you guys want to do? Let's do this one. Let's just do this one's called School's Out for Pride Month. School's Out for Pride Month. What?
What's in the box?
And the ad on TikTok is teaching humans. That's scary.
It's almost Pride Month. Unfortunately, our high school year ends just before June begins.
Oh, man. We can't brainwash children in June? Fuck. I was about to confuse your children for another month.
What's a Gender and Sexuality Alliance sponsored to do? Our club members wanted a day to feel...
What? What's a Gender and Sexuality Alliance sponsor to do? That's fucking bullshit. God damn it. These fucking people need to get a real job. You need some hardship in your life. You need some hardship in your life rather than not getting views on TikTok. You need you need to do some you need to climb a mountain. You need to build a pyramid. You need to go take a mallet and hammer some stone.
Sexuality Alliance sponsored to do. Our club members wanted a day to feel prideful near the end of the year. So we came up with the Day of Love. The focus of the Day of Love is simple.
The Day of Love. That's right. The Day of Love, aka, I don't know. Are we talking about pedophilia here? The Day of Love. Have you seen the phrases on some of these clothes at Target and stuff? It says, love is love. Love is love. You know what that's equivalent to? Trans men are men. Trans women are women. Love is love. So if you use the term love, this is seriously, dude, this is fucking Orwell. The ministry of love. The ministry of love. The ministry of truth. And if you read the book, you know it's the opposite. So love is love. Right? Minor attracted persons. Love is love. Be very careful. Language fucking matters. Don't give an inch. Language matters. What does that fucking mean? Love is love. Oh, I think you know what it means. It's just the manipulation of language. Language is important.
To broadcast a message of support and positivity about our school's LGBTQ population in a fun way.
Fuck this guy. Yo, because then if you say that, oh, it's about love, then you're a hateful person. What's the opposite of love? Hate. So if you don't agree, in other words, if you don't agree with what this thing is saying, then you're a hateful person, you're a bigot, you're an other, and you should be ostracized from society. That's all it means. So when you say love is love, and it's this veil of compassion. Oh, we're so welcoming. Oh, we're so loving. If you disagree, you're a bigot, you're hateful. And then you could be cast out or eliminated or whatever throughout history.
And maybe we can start a few productive conversations along the way. From year to year, depending on the size of our membership, we've done a variety of activities throughout the Day of Love. But at its most basic, we sell pride flags and crafts, have productive conversations, and celebrate. Today, let's talk about selling flags and crafts.
Shut up, bitch!
Pride flags are easy to order online, and you can sell them for like $1. But the profit isn't the point. The point is to give the people in your building an opportunity to display their support for the community in a highly visible way.
Make sure you're an ally. Make sure you're an ally, because if you're not an ally, we're going to burn down your business. We're going to throw rocks in your window. We're going to give you a nice big old scarlet letter. Are you an ally? You don't have a flag. You must be a bigot. Yeah.
Besides the progressive pride flag, I let our members decide what kind of pride flags that they
fuck
wanted
is
to order
that?
on our limited
What the
budget.
fuck is that?
So this year we have classic progressive pride, pan, trans, bi, and the updated lesbian flag. I like to send out a Google form for my colleagues who can't make it down to the cafeteria where the Day of Love is happening. That way our flags can make it all over the school. When possible, I also like to sell crafts that our members make. And this year, oh my God, we have little pride frogs that have, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm gonna buy them all. I'm not gonna be able to wait. And we have the flag sales in a central location in our cafeteria so that people come in, and then that's where part 2 can happen, the conversations.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
You know what's weird? The whole cult, the LGBT, right? If you're gay or lesbian, a lot of you are not like, I'm not part. This whole pride, it's a pride LGBT. It's all the cult. Do you notice how ridiculous the LGBTQ cult, whatever it is? You do realize there's a B in there, right? Can someone tell me what the B stands for? What does the B stand for? Pop quiz. Not complicated. Right, what's the B stand for? They claim it's lesbian, gay. We'll just group that in with trans and queer and who the fuck, like all these other things that really don't have any solid meaning. It's just feelings. Bisexual, right? What does bisexual mean? What does bisexual mean? I'm going to educate a little bit. What does it mean? What does bisexual mean? Questioning, yeah, well, it's queer, whatever. Beef sexual. Lindsay says, yeah. You like I like PP and Vajiji. So you like men and women. Men and women. So 2 genders. Womp, 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 womp. Like even their acronym, even like the fundamental premise of what they're fucking saying goes against what they're oh, there's all these different genders. Nope. Thus. Like it's their entire message is contraindicated in its fucking title. It's both sexes, both genders, like two. And if you're trans, you go from either man to woman. You don't go from man to wolf, man to eagle. I'm going to go from man to non-bi. Dylan Mulvaney is not trying to pretend like he's a dog, or I'm going to be trans, pansexual. We're not turning him to like a cast iron. What is happening? There's 2. There's 2. You like one or you like both. I don't think anyone cares. You're a woman, you like both, fine. You're a man, you like both, okay. I mean, a man that likes both is gay. Let's put it that way. It's like, okay, so you're a gay man, or you're a gay woman, or you like both. And there you have it, fam. And there you have it.
Another example of cake gender would be if someone feels like they have different layers or flavors to their particular gender.
There's gay men and there's gay women, and then there's the cult, which is the LGBTQAI2 5 spirit monkey pronoun thing. That's separate. That's the cult. The pride is the cult. The LGBT, that's the cult. And you have like the normal gay and lesbian people. So yeah. Yep, bisexual means there's two. There's two. There's two. I love how they just like LGBT. What about the B? What about the B that blows up your argument? Oh no, bisexual is only those two. It's only those two. All right. Speaking of which, we got a nice closer. We have a throwback, and then we're going into overtime right away. Here we go. Check out this video.
Oh, you're into pronouns, huh? Well, let me shit him titty. Yahoo!
Had me cracking up today. Oh, you're into pronouns, huh? Let me see them titties. The bottom cut off. I love it. I love it. All right, let's do a throwback. This one's from, I forget what episode, but here we go. Throwback time. Balls deep edit. We got a couple new ones. We got a few new ones and a drive while gaining in overtime. Throwback time.
What is 200 pounds of pure fat? Because humans have muscles, bones, blood, organs, all that shit inside our bodies. So we're not only made of pure fat.
For fuck's sake, really? That was 10 seconds of my life I can get back. Really?
100 pounds isn't even like a high weight for the average adult woman. And all my labs come back okay, other than I have a thyroid condition, which is why I'm fat, because I have no metabolism.
She doesn't get it.
All my labs come back okay, except my thyroid is fucking destroyed. Why would that be? Look, most of the time, your thyroid, your endocrine system is destroyed based on your lifestyle habits.
Health is not like guaranteed at any size, and it also isn't what determines somebody's worth.
You're an idiot.
I know 320-pound women who are...
Shut the fuck up already. Oh, God.
Shut up, bitch!
But my thyroid. But my thyroid. But my thyroid. Lindsay says, oh, but my thyroid. I get in better shape. I would. Like, I gotta sound like Foghorn Leghorn. It's like, I say a son, I would get in shape, but my thyroid. But my thyroid, boy.
Shame. Shame.
I say a son, come over here. How come you're not losing weight? It must be a thyroid. I said, boy, get yourself some thyroid. Okay, fam, Swole Slut Saturday tomorrow. We have another video that says titled Disability. I'm good for today. We got overtime. I got to save some energy because we have a lot of awesome shit. Hashtag Fef or hashtag Dick Draft. It's all good. Falcon, take us away. I think some of you know where this card's going. Let's see what we got here. Today, we have an amazing Fef card, and today's card is going to Julian. Congratulations! I see some people in the comment talking for Amelia. I think Amelia should probably get tomorrow's Swole Slut card. So maybe she'll be there for tomorrow. So I think she's a Swole Slut. I think that's a little bit more appropriate. But today is going to Julian because it's an awesome, awesome fucking story. Love it. Congratulations, Julian. Send us I am here to make gains and take names. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2583 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the email. And I don't know if Amelia is here right now, but let's get Amelia there tomorrow. And I think she's a Swole Slut. I would love to give her a Swole Slut card. I think we all will. So let's gang up on Amelia for tomorrow. No doubt about it. All right, fam, we got overtime coming up. Let's nut this beesh and let's fucking go. Overtime, fam. We'll take some soundboard requests. You can start heading over into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. We'll hit the sound alarm. We'll hit the overtime alarm in a moment. But let's get Amelia a nice Swole Slut card. You see, Julian's feffing that old lifestyle. He's feffing that old bullshit. Feffing his old exes and that mindset.
Chlorophyll? More like borophyll.
I like to caress rusty spoons.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I'm a fair guy, but this heat is making me absolutely crazy.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn!
Stop being a lady. Quit worrying. You'll be back on your knees in no time.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
I'm totally comfortable in my body. I just don't want to be in pain.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball!
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
Coast to coast. Oh, sweet execution. Very nice. Fam, it is time for OTZ, my kneesies. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let me get the soundboard over. Nice. All right, it's time for OT. Head on into the Daily Swole Telegram chat if you're a member. The link for the Daily Swole Telegram chat is right there on your homepage. Make sure, fam, if you're in there, check the other chat. Make sure people are in the right place. But the Daily Swole Telegram chat, brand new balls deep edits, and we have a brand new Drive Mulgaining. So you can catch the replay inside Swolenormous X, so join the fam today, swolenormousx.com. But if you're not a member right now, you're going to miss out. We're heading into it. So let's get it fucking on. Thanks for being here, Beaches. I appreciate your time and attention. We'll be back here tomorrow for Swole Slut Saturday. And let's get into some fucking OT. We'll start in 2 minutes. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Ya boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
I just wanna win.